it's Alexandria. I wanted to do a quick video for how I connected FG apps to ConverKit. So a lot of people have been asking me, how did I make that connection when I was using ConvertKit? And truth be told, I am all in on FG apps now. So I am doing all of my emailing out of that system. However, before I used to have it connected to ConvertKit, and a lot of people were having trouble with that because webhooks can be confusing. I had a lot of trouble with them when I first started using them. So I made this quick video so that way you can see how I made the connection and walk you step by step through it. So let's dive in. And before we do, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell so that way you can be updated for every single video that I make. Thank you and see you there. Hey, so we're going to dive straight in. So currently I'm in ConvertKit, and truth be told, I am no longer using ConvertKit. I did my full migration into FG Funnels, but this was how I was originally using it, and it worked out really well for me. And a lot of people were asking me, how did I do it? So the start off point is that you're going to start with a form. In your form, you can do it by form, you can do it by tag, you can do it by just dropping them into the sequence because we are going to be using Zapier. So those are like 3 ways that I know you can do it. I prefer to use a form because I could have also used this form on my WordPress page or just anywhere else that I really needed it, but I wasn't doing that. So it is just a blank form that just says email and first name. So just a quick, simple form. You can make it from one of the ConvertKit's many templates, and then you will drop it into the sequence. Essentially, I have it so that way it tags them, and then they get dropped into the copy sequence, which is the delivery, and then they get to go into my welcome sequence. So from here, you're going to hop into FG Funnels. In FG Funnels, you're going to scroll down on the left to the triggers, which is what we're in. I like putting them in folders just that way it's neat and clean. And I know that these triggers all go with this opt-in. So for this one, I'm going to create a new one, which is copy link delivery in ConvertKit. And demo. Link. Save it, open it up, and you're going to pick your trigger, which is going to be if the form is submitted. You're going to add your filter, which form it is. So it's looking for a specific one, which is the copy bank squeeze form. Even before I was all in FG Funnels, I still added a tag and I had them mirror each other. So that way, eventually when I did make the switch, my migration was easier. And ultimately, it also made it so that way I could always look in between the two to see if there was any problems going on, and then I could identify it quickly. And then the next action you're going to have it do is to execute a webhook. And then we're going to pause right here because we're going to go into Zapier. In Zapier, you're going to create a Zap. And you're going to use a premium webhook, which means you are going to need the premium version of Zapier, but that is because right now, as of December 2020, the FG Zap is still in beta, as well as obviously the platform. And so it can only do triggers from pipeline as far as sending stuff out. And this is not a part of a pipeline. This is specifically a part of a trigger. You could set it up with a pipeline, but I just felt like that would be for a free item. That's a bit messy, and it took a little bit more work for me to do. And it ultimately ended up slowing things down. So this is the fastest way and the cleanest way to do it. So you go to catch hook, hit continue, and you're going to grab this custom webhook URL. You're going to go back in here. You're going to paste that webhook. And then you're going to be activate and save. After this, you're going to go over to whatever this form is that it's watching, which for me is my copy bank. And you're going to put in test data. What is an email I haven't used? Testers at gmail.com. You're going to submit. And then I've noticed the last couple times it does take a few minutes. That might just be the connection of FG funnels. It might be executing the webhook, but you're going to go back into Zapier. And once you make sure everything's checked, and you're going to hit continue, it's going to ask you to test the information. This is where you might have to have a little bit of patience. And here we go. Now the test data is in there. We can see the first name was Alex Testing and Testers, and this is the stuff that we entered in, and it got this tag. Then you're going to go to whatever program you're sending it to. Specifically for this video, it's ConvertKit, but obviously if you have ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, anything that has a Zapier that you want to connect it to, you can do it that way. So as I said, you can add a tag to subscriber and have that on the back end to create an automation to go straight into your sequence. You can just add it straight to the sequence, or you can add it to the form. You're going to choose your ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign, whatever account. If you have not already signed into it, you're going to have to do your manager connection. It's going to ask you to sign into it, which means you're going to do the API and go through those steps. I've already done it, so I just already had to click it. And then I'm going to choose all my values. The form that I want it to send to is the copy bank form. The email that I want it to pull is from the webhook. And the first name is that first name. This information would be different based on the form you created in ConvertKit. So if you asked for in ConvertKit to have first name and last name, then you are going to have first name and last name. And if they're required fields, you need to also have that on your FG Funnels form and opt-in. If you only have first name and email, so they should match how you have it connected up. So that way all the information ends up getting transferred over correctly. Then it asks you, do you want to opt into a sequence? Obviously, that's one of the things that we want this form to do. So it automatically comes in as yes. You can select no if you choose that, but I wouldn't. I don't have a reason to do that. So it's obvious. I'm just going to leave it as yes. And then you're going to test it and review. So it's testing. It's talking to ConvertKit right now. And then as you come back to ConvertKit, you can see that there is a new subscriber in it. And if I go to my subscribers page, there it is, Alex Testing Testers at gmail.com. And bring up that one specifically. It has gotten the opt-in and it has been through that automation. So that is how you quickly add your FG funnels to your ConvertKit via Zapier. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop them below in the comments section, or feel free to send me an email at hello@alexandriataylorcox.com. Thanks for joining me. Bye.